Ryan is calling from Jacksonville. Go ahead, Ryan.
Hey, Larry, how are you?
We're doing good.
I appreciate you taking my call. I got a early morning phone call from my daughter who took her 2011 Jeep Wrangler up to Maggie Valley in North Carolina, and they struggled to get up the mountain and got there, fortunately, and now she's stuck, and I'm trying to figure out what could be the culprit. She said that the vehicle was shuddering on her, and I've had Jeeps since mid '90s, and I'm concerned maybe the torque converter has gone out. What are your thoughts?
Well, if she was telling you it was kind of shuddering or whatever, that sounds more to me like an engine misfire, something along those lines. Did she say if it was making any noises or anything?
No, she's very attuned. I've mechanically, I've spent a lot of time myself and then educated her. No noises, but just a loss of power, and then some shuddering as they had some steep inclines to get to where they were going. And so I've set up, roadside has come and picked the car up and taken it to the nearest dealership because there's not much out there. And unfortunately I'm not around. So anyway, it's been towed, and I'm just trying to figure out what I may be getting into.
Well, it could be a transmission issue of some sort, torque converter, whatever. This is, if the transmission is okay and it's just really down on power and not running correctly, going to have to find out how the engine itself is running, whether it's got a coil going bad, something along those lines. Those don't like to run on 5 cylinders very good. It could have a plugged up exhaust system. The catalytic converter could have come apart. We see that all the time. And if the catalytic converter's coming apart, then what happens is it plugs up the exhaust where the car won't go. The other thing I would do is run a fuel pressure test on it. Make sure that I've got the proper fuel pressure at the injector rail. Those are the types of things that's going to need to be done to diagnose why you've got the problem. Now, listen, we don't know anything about this dealership that you took this thing to other than there's a Jeep sign in the front of it. And everybody automatically is going to assume that these are experts. Well, your worst mechanic in that service department is he's liable to be the one who gets the ticket. But you've been around the block a few times. You know what to look out for. In the meantime, while you're waiting to get a little diagnostic work done and get a report back on this thing, just for the heck of it, look around a little bit. Go online and put in like Napa Car Care. These are independently owned auto service centers, and just look for the closest one in your area. When just to have as a backup is what I'm telling you. You're not there. You're going to have to depend on somebody else to give you some honest answers. And if they come back, telling you it needs a computer and a transmission and a engine overhaul, and they may not know what they're doing. At least at an independent Napa Car Care Center, find something like that, or an AC Delco Car Care Center. These are independently owned people that that's probably been in business for 30 plus years. They know what they're doing. They've got techs there that been through the ringer. They can diagnose it and probably give you a lot more information, and it'd probably be a lot more pleasurable to deal with. But keep that in mind. Like I said, we don't know anything about this dealer and their service department. It could be a nightmare. You may have one guy in there that does a wonderful job for you. So it's kind of hit and miss. You don't know what you're getting into. But checking the exhaust system for restriction, and having a fuel pressure test done on it, and scanning it to see if there is any misfire codes in it, like something that could be, ignition related. Those are all things that has to be looked at. That engine has some other issues, but if it was, rocker arms or something like that, she would have told you there's a ticking noise or something like that. But if she's not encountering anything like that, fuel pressure, check the exhaust for restriction, and tune-up condition. Does it have a bunch of misfire codes, in the computer system? But those are the three things that you need to be on the outlook for. If you run into anything that you're not sure of, just Larry at magicmechanic.com, and I will take whatever they're telling you into consideration to see if they're in the right ballpark or not. Just kind of relay with me what they tell you, and don't make any commitments financially on anything until you email or call me at the shop. Just unless it's just very, very explanatory, okay, this was wrong, or this was leaking, or this was broke, and you feel comfortable with that. Or if they tell you, hey, the exhaust system's plugged up, it needs a converter, it's that simple. If that's the case, then so be it. But if it's anything or multiple things or anything along those lines, just run it past me. It ain't gonna cost you a dime to email Larry at magicmechanic.com. I hope it works out great for you, Ryan. Thanks for the call.
Hi, folks. Larry Perry here. For automotive information, maybe you got automotive questions on cars, trucks, vans, SUVs. Maybe you're thinking about purchasing a used vehicle, and maybe you just want my opinion. Tune in to the Magic Mechanic radio show every Saturday, 3 to 5 p.m. on wdbo.com. Also, tune in to our Magic Mechanic YouTube channel, and don't forget to subscribe. And we'll all get together, maybe fix a few cars while we're at it.